Robin Kurian, and you are watching Run It with Robin. I am here in Orange, New Jersey at the Warehouse 24 Studios for the Women's Empowerment Dinner. And I have special guests that I'm going to be talking to, Sunshine Anderson and Dana Chanel. Of Jesus, Miss Dana Chanel, looking fabulous as always.
Thank you. You're pretty cute yourself, too.
Oh, thank you, girl. Your story is really inspiring, and I think a lot of people out there can kind of relate to what you were going through before you had an encounter with Jesus. You were in college in Philly, and life was just spiraling down. You know, you were smoking weed like all the time, drinking, and just where were you in life? Like why were you doing all those things at that time? What was it that, because a lot of people out there, you know, you hear all these suicides that are happening and so many people feeling hopeless, and, you know, people can relate to that. So what was your life like at that moment where you were just doing that and, you know, hurting your body?
Yeah. I mean, to be perfectly honest, with this generation, there's nothing wrong with the way that I was living, and that's the scariest part. You know what I mean? There's absolutely nothing wrong with smoking, drinking. It's what's in the music videos. It's what you're seeing on Instagram. So how did I know I was doing something wrong? You know what I mean? So nothing was wrong. I was just being like everybody else. But I've been called to be different, and that's when I realized that, and I met Jesus, I was like, woo, like, why didn't you tell me something sooner? Like, I'm so much cooler being a follower of Christ. Anyone that has builds a relationship with God, it does not happen overnight, and neither did my transformation. It's still day by day. I'm still dealing with demons that no one knows about. You know what I mean? But I was open to learning. And the more that I learned about Jesus, the more I wanted to become like him.
I also love your inspirational messages that you put out there.
We've been convinced that wasting our energy being petty is funny and cute, but there's no need for revenge because the people who hurt you will eventually screw everything up for themselves, and if you're lucky, God will let you watch. Not to laugh, but to remind you that you will quickly be checked if you don't check yourself.
When you're doing that, who are you talking to? Like, how do you get inspired? Is it just reading the Bible in the morning and praying, and then all of a sudden it's like, boom, epiphany, like, oh, we're gonna talk about this today. Like, how do you go about that?
Well, I'm always constantly learning, but honestly, I think it was Robert Madu who taught me that if you preach from your weaknesses, you'll never run out of content.
Do you look back at your messages and be like, let me just take a look at what I said on last Sunday?
I'm like, oh, I said that? That's kind of good. You're right. Let me put myself back in check. Let me get myself together. Let me go pray. Like, you know what I mean? Let me treat my friends a little bit better. Let me love better. Like, I constantly look at my own videos and kind of like, yo, I did say that, and I need to practice what I preach.
How did this become a business?
I mean, I knew I wanted to share the gospel for a living. And just like a motivational speaker, just like anybody, they get paid to do what they love to do. And I know that God has promised me a prosperous future. He doesn't want me to be poor or struggling. So not only is this a business for me, but Sprinkle of Jesus is an opportunity for other Christians everywhere to help build a Christian community and make us wealthier, not just spiritually, but financially as well. I think this is our 4th commercial that we're going on, where we gather Christian businesses from around the country and we put them in commercials that typically couldn't afford it. So we all get together and we all put money up to be able to advertise on MTV, BET, VH1, Oxygen, OWN, and stuff like that. So we help people make money. I just opened a new company called Alakazam Apps. I realized what the Sprinkle of Jesus app did for my business and my ministry, and how it really was amazing, the significance and mobile applications. And so I opened up a company where now everyone, even you out there watching, you can create your own mobile app.
Now, how do you do that? Like, how does somebody go about, like, how do I put this into an app?
Yeah, alakazamapps.com. Okay. And literally, it's like a drag and drop. You can, like, create your own app right there, customize it completely to you, whether you're a restaurant, have your own channel.
I need to get on this.
Whether you're a photographer, you literally can create your own mobile app, and I think that's awesome.
Wow. And is it free, or do you have to pay every month, or how does it work?
Well, it's completely free to create, and then what we do is we handle putting it in all the app stores. We do everything for you, so it's like just a subscription of like $60 a month.
Like, what empowers you as a woman?
Knowledge. Knowledge is power, and it's one thing that I always say to women, yo, never stop learning. never stop learning. There's absolutely nothing that you can't be, you know? And so I just encourage you to be wise. Yo, we have the internet. Every day I'm waking up early in the morning, and I always say that I go to school. I don't literally go to a physical school and learn, but I use the internet and take myself to school. To me, knowledge is so powerful, and it's something that someone can't take away from me, because you can't take away something that I know.
I am here with Miss Heard It All Before, Sunshine Anderson. It's a pleasure to meet you.
My pleasure. Thank you guys for having us. Amazing.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm really excited because I love empowering women, and I just want to ask you, first of all, who empowers you?
Wow, who empowers me? You know, I have an amazing set of friends, you know, an amazing set of business partners. Definitely my mom, you know, my family members, my aunts.
A lot of people, they might be thinking, oh my gosh, Sunshine Anderson, I remember Heard It All Before. And what happened to her? But you had 3 albums.
Yeah.
And I mean, was it just like the music, like the label and who you were
I know exactly where you're going, and they always say, "Where have you been?" And I say, "Well, where y'all been?"
Because you've been.
Where y'all been? See, we're working. Us R&B people, you know, remember us? You know, y'all been over there lifestyling and Rich Homie Quan, and I love them too. You know what I mean? But yeah, we're still working. You know what I mean? Like you said, I've got 3 albums. It'll be 15 years this year. The Heard It All Before is, you know, still alive. It's a classic record. Thank you guys.
Heard it all before, all of your lies, all of your sweet talk, baby this, baby that, but your lies ain't working now.
We got a new single dropping this summer.
And what is it?
It's called Let Me Find Out.
Can I find out if you can like sing a little bit of that? Let me find out.
Yes. Let me find out that you've been running in them streets. Okay, I'll leave it at that.
Okay, to be continued. You got to hear the single.
Let me find out you've been running in them streets. Let me find out you've been messing with them freaks. Yeah.
Now, when is the single coming?
It's coming this summer, you guys. Definitely by June, you'll have it.
Now, I want to talk about Shots Fired. I think this show is going to be amazing, especially talking about the racial tensions and police brutality and all that stuff. So tell me about
I'm
this.
just so glad to be a part of, you know, something that I feel like, you know, could help change. You know what I mean? You know, a lot has gone on in our country in these last few years with police brutality. You know, with racial tensions.
It's been crazy.
It's been really crazy. And you know, again, just, you know, I have to say thank you to Eli Davis, you know, for just recommending me for this part. You know, being cast in Shots Fired. It stars Sanaa Lathan. It stars Helen Hunt, Jill Hennessy, Richard Dreyfuss. You know, Emmy Award-winning.
Big names, yeah.
Big names. It's coming on Fox TV this fall.
Now, I got to ask you, is your real name Sunshine?
My real name is Sunshine.
How did we get this?
Sunshine. So, very quickly, very briefly, the day I was born, it rained all day. I was born at 6:13 in the afternoon. It rained all day. As my father went to open the doors to the hospital, the sun broke through the clouds. And so, you know, my mother already had a name for me, and he rushed in.
What was that going to be? What was it going to be?
My name, and still is, the name was going to be Jocelyn Cian. My mother always wanted to name her first child Jocelyn, and Cian was an opera singer that she loved. My mother sings classical music. And so Jocelyn Cian, and my dad was like, you know, can we name her Sunshine? And my mom was like, as long as I can keep what we have. So Sunshine Jocelyn Cian Anderson.
How do you feel being a singer, you know, and having an 8-year-old daughter? How do you empower your daughter?
You know, I am the only representative for Sky, you know. We don't have to talk about that, but yeah, I'm her only representative, and it's very important for me, for her, you know, to see me in a good light. You know, just being, like I said, that example, that representative about who you should be and what you should be and how you should portray yourself, you know what I mean, and how you should, you know, live life, you know. And so I just want her to look at me and say, wow, my mom did that, you know, and that was a good thing, and I can do it too.
Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this as much as I have, and I'll see you next time on Running with Robin.